Hello everyone, welcome to 9-Inch Charge, Dan here, and today we're going to be talking Warhammer Underworlds because we've got a brand new article on the Warhammer community that shows us the new starter set and a roadmap that takes us all the way up to 2023, up to February, and teases the next two warbands. So in today's video we're going to have a brief look at the starter set and the two amazing warbands that are included in it. And then we're going to have a look at the tease for what the next two warbands could be. And we're going to have a little look at the rumour mill. And we're going to try and predict what they may be. Now, of course, as ever, just before we begin, if you enjoy this kind of speculation, if you enjoy looking at the rumour mill, if you enjoy trying to predict what the next release is going to be, please leave a comment of your best guess. And please drop the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, so the new set for Warhammer Underworlds is Underworlds Gnarlwood, and this is a new season with a new core set and fresh rules, more warbands, more rivals decks, and much else besides. The season is set to last 6 months and will include 4 new warbands. The first 2 are coming in the starter set that we've already seen, and included in that we have the Null Spirit Pack. And I really like the Null Spirit Pack. What's cool about them is that they're another side to the Dark Oath Warriors that we haven't seen before. And the more that the Dark Oath get expanded, the more incredible they are. So these guys are marked with animalistic spirits and are forced to abandon their tribe by the savage urges that gnaw at the back of their mind. And they go out to hunt different foes and things like that. And they just look brilliant. I especially love this guy, Lupin, I think his name is, the guy with the bug mask. Absolutely fantastic. And some of the poses, you know, this guy here with the 2 axes, really primal looking. They're a really cool warband, and I love seeing expansion to Dark Oath. The next warband that we've seen are the Sons of Velmorn, and oh my goodness, these are some of the best undead models Games Workshop have ever made, and I think I say that every time they release some undead models. I think really people need to go out and buy this to be Graveguard. A few boxes of this would be absolutely fantastic as Graveguard, especially if you can do a few conversions and things like that, or just mix them into your current Graveguard, because they are just fantastic models. And they have a really cool background. So in the Age of Chaos, when the Gnarlwood crept across Thondia, King Morlach Velmorn, then amongst the living, sought a way to save his kingdom and preserve his bloodline. And the cursed tyrant's crown ensured that he and his sons would rule forever, but not quite in the way that they imagined. So they still remain to this day as undead warriors. So now let's look forward, because we have this roadmap here that tells us what is coming out later in the season. And in December 2002, we have a brand new warband. And from the emblem we can see here, it's definitely going to be Gloomspite Gitz. This is great. We've had some really good Gloomspite Gitz warbands in the past. They never fail to disappoint, and they always capture the character of Gitz really well. I think Zarbag's Gitz are some of my favourite models Games Workshop have produced. For me, I think we've had Gitz, we've had a Trog. Let's have some spiders. I would love to see something that you'd be able to take in your game as a big boss on a giant spider. I don't know that this will be the case, but I think that whole side of the army need a bit of love and a bit of attention, really, and I think it would be great to see something new there. But leave a comment and let me know what you think it might be and what you would like it to be. And lastly, the last warband of the season, which will come out in February 2023, we have this icon 4. And I think you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't that look like Malarian, or doesn't it look quite Dark Elf-like? So if we have a look at this, which is an old Dark Elf transfer sheet, that looks quite familiar, doesn't it? If we have a look at what Malekith looks like and what Malarian looks like, that looks quite familiar, doesn't it? Is it finally going to be time for Malarian? Now, at this point, I think that I just want it to happen so much that I'm kind of blinded by everything else. So it may not be that it is going to be Malarian. I mean, this could be a reimagining of what Cain looks like, but we haven't long had a Daughters of Cain warband, so hopefully it'll be something different. Equally, it could be something chaotic. I mean, Skulls and Horns, you know, it's quite generic, but I think when it's put like this, it very prominently to me says Dark Elves. So whether it's Scourge Privateers, or whether it's Malarian's elves, or whether it's some more Canaanite elves, we will just have to see. There are some rumours that it could be a Slaneshi Warband as well. But for me, at this point, I'm just looking for Games Workshop to throw us a bone, really, and say that, you know, they acknowledge that Malarion is out there. They acknowledge that there are elves or creatures that worship him. He is out there somewhere in the mortal realms, albeit very shadowy and hard to find. Just a nod to him, like they did with Kurnoth, with the Kurnothi. You know, obviously the new Sylvaneth Battle Tome has come out, and we haven't yet seen any Kurnothi, and we haven't seen the return of Kurnoth or Orion as he was in the old world. But at least we know he's out there and he has followers and worshippers. So I'm really hoping, as I said, you know, this is completely unconfirmed. It is a bit wish listy, but you cannot deny the similarities between this emblem and what Malarion looks like. So let's wait and see. Regardless of what the next two releases are, we'll definitely be covering them on the channel because the models for Underworlds are always really fantastic and great to look at. So be sure to join us back then when we'll be having a look at them in more detail. And to make sure that you never miss a video, if you are subscribed, please consider clicking the bell icon, and then that way whenever a video goes up on the channel, you'll be notified. This has been 9 Inch Charge. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.